What up, everybody? This is Saxowine with SC Haulers, and this is going to be my recommendation of what to do after the hot fix for supply and die. For every video that I've done, I've always given a TLDR on what's going on. So that's going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Listen to what the devs said and how they wanted to do this event. Large orgs go do data tree missions. Medium groups go do mining. Solo players go salvage. And that's going to be it. Thanks for watching.
Frontier fighters are the slicers. What? Help. Fight. I know what I'm going to do.
So there is the promotional video of the event, and you could see that they were trying to push a mining, salvaging, and a PvP based, well, I guess PvPvE. That is a tongue twister. PvPvE event. And so the PvP event was supposed to be you go collect data tree from these different depots across the Pyro system. And you turn this data tree in and you get a hefty chunk of credits. Now, there are PvE missions because not everybody wants to do PvP. And CIG knows this. And so they implemented them and they really put a focus on mining and salvaging. And so everybody was expecting that everybody would be out either collecting data tree and doing this PvP event, or you would see a whole bunch of vultures and Argo moles and all these other like industry type vehicles out in the verse. And that's not what happened. That's what should have happened, but that is not what happened. And so thanks to one of my org mates, I want to introduce to you the PVT event, the player versus terminal event. And so essentially what this boiled down to was all the commodities that you could buy for the lower level missions. You could buy them for super cheap, super cheap, and then go turn in the missions and get a payout of 13 million. And your investment was only somewhere between 700K to 1.2 million, depending on which route you were going. And so everybody and their mother was going to Magnus Gateway to get copper, corundum, and tin. And then obviously for those of you who were doing the tin portion of it, we're going to Ruin Station and Megumi Fueling Point and picking up the pressurized ice. There was no mining, there was no salvaging, period. And there was nobody, absolutely nobody at the depots collecting this data tree. So this leaves us to now. Why am I making this video now? Obviously I didn't make a video when Supply or Die came out. So what's the point of making one right now? Well, CIG has changed everything. And that big change is the commodities that people are buying at Magnus Gateway and Ruin Station Megumi Fueling Point are now super stupid expensive. And also the respawn time on them is significantly higher. But their total overall, how much quantity they could have at the station has been reduced significantly as well. So previously you could have 20,000 tin, copper, and corundum at Magnus Gateway, and now it's down to like 150, I think. And on top of that, every 15 minutes it's only respawning like 10 of each commodity. So don't get me wrong, I like that they changed this. This is how it was supposed to be implemented, where this event took precedence over being able to cargo haul out of Magnus Gateway. but in just a 3-day time period, it messed everything up already. And so orgs that were supposed to be doing this data trine event to be making tons of money are still not doing that data trine event. And the reason is, in a 3-day time period, they all stocked up on this stuff. They all have money already. They don't need to do the data trine event. PvPers don't need to do the data trine event, because if you've been playing this game for years like I have, you know that you can just go sit there for 15 minutes at Magnus Gateway, get all your commodities, and then you got 13 mil, and then you're rich. I made so much money. I bought every industrial ship in the game, and now I can just go do whatever I want, which is a fantastic feeling, don't get me wrong, but that is not how this event was supposed to go. And because of that 3-day period where you could just print money, now nobody's doing the supplier die event the way it was meant to be. Don't get me wrong, there's going to be orgs that do big events based on the data tree. They want to get practice with their fleets, they want to get practice with their cargo hauling guys, so on and so forth. But this is not a daily thing where you're going to find people down at these depots just fighting over data tree shipments. It's just not going to happen. CIG, you need to understand, it may be a fun event in your head, and it may be, it may sound good on paper, but if it's not executed properly, it'll never work, and now the repercussions are in place. Great idea, terrible execution. So, going on to the profit portion of this video. How are we going to make profit as a cargo hauler? Obviously, we got to get more into industrial stuff, and that's why I'm showing you salvaging video right now. This is going to go back to your basics of mining, salvaging, or you could do the PvP event. And it's pretty straightforward. There is no trick of the trade. I will make my recommendations based on group of people that you are finding yourself in. So the most profitable way to make credits at this moment is probably going to be your data tree, and this is purely based off time efficiency. If you can load your data tree properly, not have any problems, have no PvP encounters, you can get down to a depot and turn it in a matter of 30 minutes, and you can make 26 million. Easy peasy. Now, you're not going to be able to make 26 million just in 30 minutes. You're going to need multiple C2s to do that, to haul out the data tree. I believe you still need 2500 SCU. I could be wrong. In fact, pause real quick. I'm going to go check.
A few moments later.
Okay, yeah. Confirmed. 2500 SCU of data tree. That's going to take a couple C2 runs of data tree if you want to complete that for 24 million. So for your other two groups of people, your PvEers, you're going to be looking at mining and salvaging. Now, if you're a solo player, I would recommend salvaging. From day one, somebody did the math, probably someone on Reddit or 4chan or something, and they figured out that the small cargo missions are the ones that are totally worth doing for this event. And the reason for that is the time, the amount of cargo you have to put in, and the reward you get from it. So it's like 13 SCU of copper and corundum. And for salvaging, you're looking at 7 RMC and 14 construction material. And that's pretty much one ship. You could take a vulture and go into any asteroid system, find a down ship right here that you're seeing now, and you're done. You go fill up your vulture, go fill up your fortune, whatever, and go turn this in after you're done salvaging this one ship. Now, if you have a couple people that are able to pick up some moles or just whatever mining ship, if you got a couple people, 4 or 5 people, have 3 of them go get pressurized ice, the other 2 go mine 10. And then after a 2-hour, 3-hour gaming session, bring them all back to one location, consolidate what you have, and turn in your missions. That's what I would recommend for group play, a little bit larger group play. For solo players, I'd recommend salvaging. And for your orgs, I recommend DataTreen. That's going to be your most profitable. I mean, if you have 10 people and you're not an org, go do DataTreen if you want to make money. But that's going to be the end of the video, gang. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for watching the video. If you have any recommendations of what you want to see yet, leave it in the comments down below. And SC Hollers Sacks of Wine, out.